How's it going, you sexy beasts? Welcome back to another Subscriber Sunday Q&A. As usual, I'll be answering a few of your questions, as well as giving some insight on upcoming content that I'll be working on later in the week. Firstly, tomorrow I'll be hammering out everything I need to get the behind the scenes video done to showcase all the programs I use and what steps I go through in order to make a video for YouTube. I'll try and make this semi-lengthy, probably between 10 to 15 minutes, in order to put as much detail as needed if you, yourself, wanted to follow along and start up your own YouTube channel. I've been playing a bit more Battlefield 4, Titanfall, and even started to step into Counter-Strike Global Offensive, which I've actually been doing rather okay in at least 2 of these games. Battlefield 4 in particular, I plan on doing some more content for, as it features the best gunplay mechanics in my opinion. Counter-Strike may still be a fun on-the-side game unless you guys want to see some gameplay or anything from it. So, pretty simple week. I'll be covering the new upcoming assault rifles in Planetside 2, doing a behind-the-scenes video, and then everything else is rather tentative. I'll also try and do some live streaming on Wednesday. The main thing that's holding me back is lower viewership on anything other than Planetside, so keep an eye on my Twitch channel. Last week I earned some flack from you guys for stating my opinion on the Total War series, so I'll try and cut back on voicing my opinion on things and stuff. But enough of me, let's jump into your beautiful questions. Also, sorry if I mispronounced the crap out of your name. Firstly, Jonathan Hazar asks, what are your thoughts on the upcoming zombie survival game from SOE? Well, if you're unaware, SOE is making a new game, zombie survival obviously, called H1Z1. It's essentially what DayZ Standalone is trying to be, but the developers of that game are taking far too long, so SOE is jumping on the bandwagon and hopefully going to be making a much better game. I was actually going to be having a game or a video covering everything on the game itself, which was slated to come out last Thursday or so, but I decided to make Planetside 2, Call of Planetside 2 Nanite Warfare. So be expecting a what we know so far video on that later this week. Kyle McRae asks, why do you hate aircraft? Currently, the meta game for Planetside 2, Liberators are the strongest thing that you can get. Or a battle whale. Either way, Liberators are my least favorite thing to play or fight against. If you're in the air, you're getting a bunch of kills, but if you go into the boots of the people who are on the ground, then you're just getting farmed essentially, just getting one shot, typically by a Dalton or a Zephyr. It's just not really fun. You do that if you're going after the cert farm, but that's about it. ESFs are a little bit better since you can actually fight them with the gun instead of having to do any type of rocket work or lock-ons or flak or anything like that. But Liberators are just kind of my least favorite thing in the game right now. Wayman Setzo asks, NVIDIA or AMD? Well, I was originally an AMD dude, but over the years I've found out that pretty much all the games are better optimized for NVIDIA, and I also had a really bad time with an old AMD card, which I think was just terrible that I got from the start, and I was trying to make it work, but I wasn't smart enough then to RMA the card and just tried to sit there trying to use it. It's kind of awful. Monica Wesks asks, have you played All Points Bulletin Reloaded? If so, do you like it, and what faction did you play as? Yes, I played the crap out of that game. I even played All Points Bulletin back when it was run by Real Time Worlds, before it ever became Reloaded and free to play. But I played as an enforcer, and I actually did a free to pwn episode on it back when I didn't know what kind of content I wanted to do, so you can go ahead and check that out in the video annotation. Woo! It was pretty neat. Enforcer was a lot more fun to play than playing as a criminal, because criminal, if you hit Prestige 5 or whatever it was, you'd get shot up by your own teammates. I didn't really like that part of it. Darth Jackin asks, what is your favorite TR LMG? That's a tough one. It would have to be either between the TMG 50, just because I'm a big NC player and I like 167 damage weapons, or the T9 Carve. T9 Carve with a forward grip suppressor maybe, and the 3.4 times scope, probably my favorite gun to use. For the TR, of course. So there you go. John Hins asks, what is your favorite donut? Chocolate donut with sprinkles all the way. Term BB asks, do you think the new Valkyrie air vehicle needs 4 rumble seats? Not quite. I think it needs 2 more passenger seats, so it can carry 6 people total instead of 4. But I think if you had 4 rumble seats, just imagine like 4 heavy assaults just shooting off lock-on rockets. So essentially your Valkyrie is about as strong, if not stronger, than a Liberator would be as anti-air. Or anti-anything, for that matter. 4 heavy assaults with Lancers or Phoenixes would be crazy. So I think it should just be 4 passenger seats instead of 4 rumble seats. Rohan Varudi asks, do you believe the Vanu's pistols are underpowered? Do they need a burst fire weapon? Yes, for the burst fire part. Underpowered, not so much. I think it's just because comparatively, the TRs and the NC's pistols both make bang noises, and when you shoot a Vanu pistol, it makes a pew pew, so it doesn't sound as strong. But technically, the Beamer is an okay weapon. I mean, it's obviously not the best pistol, but it's certainly not terrible. You can use it. You can actually put a suppressor on it, which is surprising, since you can't do that for the Commissioner or the Underboss, which are the favorite pistols that people like to use. But personally, I think if you are going to run something, then a Manticore or a Cerberus, if you're playing as Vanu and you want something that can be suppressed, would be the best pistols to run with. Beamer is okay, but that's about it. I don't think they're underpowered, but they do indeed need a burst fire pistol. I think since the new Conglomerate have a 2-round burst, and the Terran Republic have a 3-round burst, I think it'd be pretty cool if the Vanu Sovereignty had a 4-round burst. Who knows? It would be pretty awesome. Zatbat asks, do you ever rage in Planetside 2? If so, why? Yes, I rage in everything I play. That's just my nature. Typically, if I get destroyed in a game, I get pissed at myself because I got destroyed in a game and I let somebody destroy me. It's usually why I rage. Or if I just get blown the fuck up by tanks. Because I'm not a big fan of vehicles. If you've seen my YouTube channel, you know I'm all about infantry play. I know Planetside 2 is a combined arms game, same way with Titanfall or Battlefield. I hate dying to vehicles. So that makes me rage. Mattia Nicolati asks, what do you think about a mechanism to reset certs spent after a big patch is released? If not all certs, maybe an X amount, like World of Warcraft talent tree points. This would be interesting. The only way I would foresee SOE doing this is if it's monetized. Typically, after a big patch, if certifications are changed in a radical way, they will refund you any points that you've spent. They've done this for Nanoweave Armor. That's the only thing that comes to mind immediately. But Nanoweave Armor, when it was reset, then everybody got their cert points back, since it was a radical change. If there is another radical change, like they just get rid of certification points, then they'll refund you those certification points even though you won't have any more certification points. But if they do come out with something that does give you a reset button, essentially, then they would obviously give you the certifications point back. But if it was something that was not monetized, then I believe they would withhold like a percentage of those certification points earned. Like if you get 1,000 certification points earned, you want to reset all of them, maybe you'll only get like 850 back. But if you actually paid for it, like actual money, then you'll get all of it back. I don't know. I'm not a big fan for it, since that's the whole driving point of the game, is to earn those certification points. But some people might want it. Timothy Peterson asks, do you like and will you be covering Ghost Recon Phantoms? You know, I have yet to play that. It doesn't look that interesting to me. I might give it a go. I kind of followed it a little bit back in the beta when it was Ghost Recon's Online, or Ghost Recon Online instead of Phantoms, now that whatever it is. So, maybe. That's a definite maybe. Trunks Saiyan asks, if you could add another attachment to Planetside 2, what would it be? Probably every attachment in Battlefield 4. Battlefield 4 has the widest array of attachments. It's awesome. Currently in Planetside, if you want a long-range weapon, forward grip, compensator. If you want a short-range weapon, suppressor, forward grip. There's not a lot of choices. There literally is not. But in Battlefield 4, I believe you have 3 choices per slot. So we could have a forward grip, stubby grip, and potato grip, or something like that. It's just crazy. That would be freaking awesome. If we could have a lot more attachments, that would be amazing. The straight pull bolt for the bolt action sniper rifles was a step in the right direction. I just wish we could get a lot more variation for every other weapon. And lastly, Josh Slatter asks, on a scale of 420 to Higby, how MLG are you? It's pretty simple. I'm YOLO. There you have it, you sexy beast. I hope you all had a fantastic weekend and have an even more fantasticer of a week ahead of you. Thank you all so much for dropping off your questions, and hopefully you enjoyed the answers. Make sure to leave your questions in the comment section below, as I'll be picking a handful of them to answer in next week's Subscriber Sunday Q&A. If you like this video, make sure to give it a big ass thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, what's stopping you? It's free.